abusuya me mo bi akwa ba e de ba akroma TV GH so ene da ponda idi kanya wo hwe akroma TV ana ani di kwan so mesre yi pa se wo beta bi akunchine won sa a subscribe aba beka abusuya ko no isan se akroma ji nsem no e hye denchem anu kura yitu fa na yakwakuyi se de be ya yetifo ene yahwefo so ebenya bi ati na abusuya me am de kase eblemu di am je so ene ya amo me nsa na yenko yensem so yenko yensem so na yetu fa akọ owura Kwesi Pratt a chese woye journalist woye managing director ema paper ye frɛ no the inside or the nsem bi abetoto Ghana mountain so na anu ede pa ni nsem no ena na o chese se NPP elusu omulusi wo asenof no yemfa so boni na emfa mo yewura mampani his excellency Nana Addo wasi Addo dana no koyinika isan se abra na o introduce yewura chasopoku no oye mfonso na we nyina edi adanse pifi se Nana Addo ena chese wama yewura no chese waluzu na ne kasa mu no ena no chese political analyst omu nyina so enya bibia wrong omu fa bibia tra so na enye tra sa ne senti ena ema NPP omu di nkuguo poto ewo asin no by elections in mu abusuya panisa se so kasa tenti wo en top on continue yebeko na yakokutie nsamo a yewura Kwesi Pratt Jr. or the Ato Ghana mountain so.
Well, I'm talking about they got it wrong.
Right.
There must be a reason why they got it wrong. Journalists got it wrong.
Yeah.
Academics got it wrong. You know. And then politicians from one side also got it terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. You know. I mean, I spoke to friends of mine in the New Patriotic Party who actually believed that it was going to be a landslide. They were going to win a landslide. You know. And I'm wondering what happened to them. What happened to their capacity for analysis?
They were hopeful.
Yeah, but it should not just be based on hope. You know, it shouldn't just be based on hope.
One, this is a constituency which is not a stronghold of any particular political party. It's a swing constituency. It's gone between the NPP and the NDC. And therefore, going into that election, it could be anybody's game.
Randy, there were some things which were important for me. The message that the president took to the constituency. It was a terrible message. The president was virtually telling the people to vote against his candidate.
Which one?
Here is the president who goes there and says that, look, if you vote for this person, he's going to go to jail. Which implied that there will be another by-election. Now we are living in an era where everybody is looking for by-elections. Because it's only through by-elections that you get access to, you know, cash.
Government.
You get your roads repaired and so on. And you have a president going to the constituency telling the people that, oh, there will be another by-election. And I was amazed. I was sitting down watching television and saying that
what it meant was that don't waste your vote.
How is that a waste?
Yeah, don't waste your vote.
But this was so they voted for a by-election.
Wait, why do we vote in elections?
For development.
We vote in elections because we want our rights to be respected. We vote in elections because we want our material conditions to improve. We vote in elections because we want to be part of the system of governance and so on. And now we know that that is only possible if you have a by-election. If you have a by-election, your roads will be repaired, hospitals will be hurriedly built, you know, at least you end up with a few cities in your pocket and so on. So people love by-elections.
Now.
So telling people that there's going to be another by-election is not a threat. It's an inducement to vote against, you know, the guy who would not bring about a by-election. And I thought that that message was so wrong. And then the worst part of it, you know it. When the president actually said that their candidate is not trustworthy. You know, it turned out that...
He said that?
Yeah. There's a video in which he says that, look, you have to vote for somebody you can have confidence in, somebody who will develop.
You don't think that video has been doctored?
No. The official explanation is that it was a slip of tongue.
Oh,
Just a slip.
Okay. And then just like the Dudio one.
Yeah, just like the Dudio one. What a slip of tongue. You understand? And then also, I think that one of the things that played up in that constituency is just the arrogance of power. The arrogance of power played up very strongly. I mean, look, we all live in the same country, in the same communities and so on. We all know ourselves. We all went to the same schools and so on. Immediately people are elevated, to positions of power. They tend to think that they become Einsteins and Methuselahs and so on. They tend to think that they are the most sensible people around. It's so annoying. So annoying. I mean, the people in power, who are they? Randy, the people in power, where did they come from? Did they come from Mars? They came from the same communities with us. Didn't we sit in the same classrooms with them? Didn't we play water to water with them in the communities and so on? But the moment they get small power, they think that they are supermen. They think that they are more sensible than everybody else. And that arrogance played out clearly in this election. It played out very, very clearly in this election. And you've neglected people and their needs. I mean, you've ignored the aspirations of people over a long period of time. And then there's a by-election. And within 2 weeks, we are building astroturfs, we are tiring roads, we are doing all kinds of things.
All the things.
What do you think of the population?
Especially
you must think that the population is...
The hospital has been ongoing, though. It wasn't necessarily 2 weeks.
Massa, I don't expect this.
Oh, no. The hospital...
Massa, listen. I know you're a member of the New Patriotic Party. I know that a certain loyalty is expected of you. But beyond all of that, you have been my friend, and I know you.
I know.
That this is below your level.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is that the hospital, that Agenda 111 was at least being done before.
You didn't see the speed?
Well, as for the speed, I agree with you. So but what I'm saying is that it was in work. It was in work.
It's crazy.
The
issue of vote buying has come up seriously. And I've seen Kodio and CDD, Nana, asking for the special prosecutor to investigate, get in and investigate. And with the videos you played, you could hear the accusations, counter-accusations.
I think we've gone past accusations.
Yeah.
I mean, where we are now, we are not talking about accusations. We are talking about confirmed reports. I mean, you played.
There are enough videos of people who got 100 and 200.
Oh, you admit it. That's
at least,
good.
I mean...
But you played. I mean, the immediate past general secretary of the party. What did he say? Hey, look, I came from Usuas and wherever this morning, and 20 people came to me and said they wanted to go and vote, and I paid their transport.
Yes.
And then he said, some people came to me and said they haven't eaten, and I have to give them money for food and so on. That's not a denial. Okay? That's an admission, but it's an admission with the inference that it's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
It's
He
not
said
a big
that we
deal.
did it, but it's not wrong.
It's no big deal.
It's not
Then
big
you couldn't
deal.
look at the hungry person.
Yes, and said that everybody did it. So it's not wrong. Okay? So at least we have an admission that something did happen, that monies were paid. There's an admission.
In support of transportation and eating. Well, I mean, quoting from the General Secretary. No, quoting
Listen,
from the
you are
Secretary.
sounding so different this morning. I'm sure the people who know you will be surprised.
No, but I'm quoting from the
You are
General
sounding so
Secretary.
different. This is not you.
No, but
I'm talking to a totally different person. What has happened
no,
to
this
you?
is quoting from the General Secretary, the former General Secretary.
Yes, the former general secretary said that I paid money. He said 20 people
People who were
needed
hungry.
transport,
It's only
and people who were
it's
hungry.
only quoting as in not chapter 2 verse 4.
But one key thing which I need to add is I think the indigenousness of our candidate, because it came up earlier that he hasn't been necessarily, involved and a local man for the area per what transpired much.
So you were on this show last week when I was out of town.
Yeah.
You were on this show last week, and the issue of Asin North came up.
What he's speaking to
Yes.
is important.
We'll get there.
It happened in Kumewu,
Yes.
and it appears to have also happened in Asin
North.
You understand? In Kumewu, the NPP actually fielded 2 candidates
Yes, a female and a male.
for different purposes. Okay,
I
they
don't
fielded 2 candidates. The second candidate was actually said to be a nephew of the real NPP candidate. Okay. Yes.
Is it the one who contested as independent?
Yes.
And you said the MPP fielded him?
But it's obvious.
Okay.
It's obvious. You understand? Now, he was meant to...
He had a name similar to... Okay.
Had the same symbol initially as the NPP, as the NDC,
Independent candidate.
The independent candidate had the same symbol as the NDC candidate, this bird.
The independent candidate, there was another independent candidate, and you're saying that's his nephew. He had the same name, and initially
Same
had a symbol.
All of them had cloth. They were wearing cloth, and so on. And it was clear that was to whittle away the votes of the independent candidate who did so well
in the 2020
elections,
election. Okay.
and so on. Now, look at what happened in Asin North. Something very significant. The NPP had claimed all along that the most populous area in the constituency is the Breku area, okay? And that Kwesi had a lot of votes because he came from there. So this time, they found a candidate who also comes from the same area, assuming that will whittle away some of the votes that Kwesi had. Now, Randy, there were 3 candidates in the elections.
LPG.
You know that there's a large Ewe population in the constituency.
Yes. Yes.
And you know that somebody was smart enough to put up an Ewe lady.
Yes.
What could have been the purpose? You understand?
So also take some votes from there.
Of course.
You got 87.
Yeah. Yeah, she took some votes, but 87 votes.
Under 100.
Yeah.
So
I think that all this scheming, all these machinations and so on, assumes that the electorate is daft. Assumes that the electorate cannot think.
But we see those considerations are also important.
Did they work?
No, I'm saying that it might not have worked in this case. But there are many times that in choosing a candidate, you also need to look at the permutations. Sometimes the tribal mix in the area, the religious mix in the area, all those things are things that in terms of political strategy, you need to look
Randy,
at.